Good morning, Infinity Fellowship. This is Rev Jeff here, and I'm glad to welcome you to the core of consciousness and the apex of authenticity. What are you doing? Where are you? On this wonderful 9th day of February in the year 2025, it is the year of divine development, where we are powered by love and guided by vision. That's what's going on today, and you are squarely landed here. So we invite you To begin this spiritual journey with us, grab your cup of coffee, grab your cup of tea. I'm thinking about you. So, we got to make sure whatever you like to drink, we are absolutely good and we are absolutely in power and we're actually feeling great. So I want to let you know that this is the time where you hit the like button. This is the time when you hit the subscribe button. This is the time that you begin to say hello in the chat to everybody. We see you, Tiffany. We see you, Sadler. We see you, Tashana and the Lindsays, Christina. We see everybody coming into the chat today. And I want to welcome you to the Infinity Fellowship. We'll begin by opening the way with prayer and meditation in a brief moment. But for right now, again, grab your family, gather your folks, cast your phone to your television, whatever it may be. We want to welcome you to the Infinity Fellowship. Welcome home. This is the place where people who find spirituality powerful, who want to transcend religion but need community, this is where they hang out. Welcome to Infinity Fellowship, y'all. We'll see you in a minute. Peace. Good morning, Infinity. We'd like to welcome you to the sacred beginning of the service. My name is Jeff Obafemi Carr, also known as Rev Jeff, and I want to welcome you to the Infinity Fellowship. I want to welcome you to the sacred space that we gather at every single Sunday here, 641 West Nocturne Drive, and on second Sundays like today, we are in our virtual Infinite Life Stream. So we welcome each and every one of you who are our Infinite Life streamers. Thank you for joining us today. I invite you to sit still in this moment as we begin our sacred ceremony. We always want to start by acknowledging first the breath that is animating each and every one of us, and then acknowledging the God of our acceptance and understanding, the author and finisher of that breath. This is how we know we're here. Then from there, we acknowledge those whose shoulders we stand upon, the angels, the ancestors, we do that. And then we begin with gratitude. So it all starts at Infinity Fellowship with the breath. So I invite you to sit tall in your seat and just begin to breathe a little deeper. And as we begin to breathe, as we begin to connect with the life force that animates us all, we give thanks for the stillness moment, because it is by breathing that we gain access to and we activate this magnetic field of spirit, this magnetic field of prayer, this magnetic field of affirmation. And as we put away all devices, as we stop the scroll, we are saying that this is a valuable enough moment for us to focus on the gift of life itself. Inhaling and exhaling slowly. Focusing not on what is to be done or what needs to be done, but only on what is right now. And what is the breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Embrace the calmness and the stillness and the silence of the moment. In adding to this practice, we invite you to close your eyes if they are not already closed. And as we sound the chimes from the singing bowl, we invite with each sound of the chime a deepening of the breath, a relaxing of the muscles, a release of the tension, and an acceptance of the good and the acknowledgement that all is truly well. All heads bowed in this moment, all hearts open, as we now acknowledge the power that exists in affirmative prayer. The power that exists when we pour our energy into realignment toward manifestation, when we allow ourselves, our egos, to be dissolved in the grander I am. As we acknowledge now the God of your acceptance and understanding, We speak directly to divine source in this moment in gratitude. God, we thank you for this moment of gathering that we call Infinity Fellowship today. We thank you for those who are assembled here and around the world. We thank you for this wonderful opportunity to experience community and to learn lessons that will continue to grow us in our spiritual practice. We thank you for those who contribute their energy to today's service, for the spiritual download that will come to us and through us today. We thank you for the music and the musicians who have lent their energy, their compositions, their creations, their very spiritual gifts to the way this service moves forward. We thank you, of course, for those ancestors on whose shoulders we stand, and the recognition that by telling their stories and by calling their names, we keep their energy alive. And in this quest of perfecting spirituality, we release the need to feel as if they or us are perfect, but that we are still on this path moving toward the good. We thank you for our technical staff today, that they remain focused and on task as they are charged with the awesome responsibility of sharing this broadcast with the entire world, and that it is such an important and wonderful responsibility to share a portal of spirituality, that their fingers are guided, that their eyes are guided, that their consciousness is continually protected from a vibrational frequency of love. That the singers today, that Lady Kenitha's voice remains golden as it always is, that those who chime in as infinite life streamers who hold us down on this stream will continue to connect with one another and pour into each other through our chat, because this is where all crossroads meet. This is where in 2025, in this year, we find community, we develop community, we grow community, and most importantly, we invest in ourselves, in our families, in our communities locally and nationally, and in movements that will continue to be the change. So we speak protection over those who are feeling fearful in today's environment. For those who are operating from a position of lack, we speak that they recognize that the universe is abundant and infinite. And from this space, this is where we were born from. This is what we contribute to. So we are not distracted by external circumstance. We recognize and remember that there is more than enough for everyone. And we operate from this position of power. And when we operate from this position of power, we glow and we grow because we know. And so we speak that something is shared today that will inspire someone, that the people who find themselves joining us on this stream will know that their life situations are resolved or on their way to resolution, that they find peace, the peace that only you can provide, the peace and the love that community provides in support of this love vibration. And we speak it all in proclamation. We seal this energy. We seal it now in a place that is held close by faith traditions and paths all over the world. And we know that we are empowered to intercede one with another in agreement. So it is spoken, so it is affirmed, so it is received, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. Let us prepare in this moment for our pouring of libations. Libations, we want to remind you of the power of pouring libations. Pouring libations is powerful simply because anytime you pause to acknowledge something bigger than yourself, you are empowering yourself. We move about in this world thinking that it's all about us. And when it's all about us, that's when we get isolated. That's when we get alone. That's when we lose focus. But when we recognize that just like on a dark night, we can look up and see all of the countless stars too numerous for us to even conceive of, that we are a part of the fabric of the universe, then we know that we are not alone. As Lady Kenitha would say, we're never alone. And so this energy comes to us by the recognition of those who have come before. And we pour a libation, a pouring out of water on our altar in infinity. And we pour to say, we recognize the power of generations and the power of generational healing. When we heal 7 generations forward and 7 generations back, we do this in recognition of the power of the right now. And so as we pour our libation, we say, cool water, freshen our spirits, ashe. Freshen and consecrate this space, this wonderful space for spiritual work, ashe. Freshen our collective ancestors all together, ashe. We give praise in this moment collectively to Almighty Mother, Father God, Divine Source, and all creation, ashe. Do grant to us peace and prosperity, ashe. We pour to the energy of the North and the commitment to just show up and be a yes today in everything that we do. If we go 40 hours a week in school, if we go 60 hours a week in family and friends, if we go more than that hours a week in sports, today's the Super Bowl, we're going to go 4-6 hours at parties. Can we just give 90 minutes or so to acknowledging spirit, the source from where we are? That's the energy of understanding, ashe. In the energies of the South and understanding who we are and whose we are, it gives us a recognition to keep this circle tight, ashe. To the energies of the East, knowing that the sun rose today. So as the sun rose, we have a second chance to do whatever we didn't finish yesterday, with the recognition that the seed we plant today brings fruit tomorrow, ashe. And to the West, knowing that even in the darkness, the moon and stars are there. So even in the dark times, the light is available to us, ashe. From those 4 cardinal directions, we pour to the 5th direction, and that is the ground. And we speak that as we are grounded today, just like an electrical circuit is grounded, you are grounded in the understanding that spiritual practice keeps us strong, so that even when that storm is coming, we will bend, but it is better to bend than it is to break, ashe. To the 6th direction, the direction above, the sky, the open area that connects us with the rest of the galaxy and the cosmos, the understanding and the acceptance that all things are working together for our good. And from this blank space of possibility, we see our vision and purpose, and we have the power then to bring it into manifest reality, ashe. And that 7th direction, which connects everything, is the space of Ma'at. It is the space of Anjali. It is the space of Anahata. It is the space of the heart. May your heart always be as light as a feather, as it is the place where all these directions come together, physically and also metaphorically in our body, ashe. We invite you in this moment, as we pour these next few pours of water, to call out the names of your ancestors. You might want to type a name in the chat. We recognize that power as well, to verbally and physically put our intention into our fingers. We can do that as well. We also want to acknowledge the passing of a brother who's also a cousin, John McLennan, also known as John Ashe, passed away at 61. Fought several battles and victories on the football field, several battles and victories over cancer, finally moving through the world into life after life where his soul desired to be. And so we speak the same for those out there who are remembering people, that their souls desire to be in a life that is greater than this life. And when they make that transition, they become one with all that is. Let's speak those names aloud at this time. To all the ancestors' names who are coming in on the Infinite Life stream, grant to us continual peace and prosperity. I speak for those whose names are flowing right now. for those who are being remembered, acknowledged, and through the acknowledgement for the healing. We speak in proclamation for the children in the world, the children in the womb, and yet unborn. And we say together, Ashe, 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 oh, it is done, and so it is. To get our statement of infinitude. So y'all, the reason why we're here, these common principles that bring us together, we're excited to have that statement of infinitude, and we're most excited that we get to have it read by our own leading lady, Lady Kenitha Carr. So y'all give her some snaps and some love from home as we let you know why we're here. Ashe.
Good morning. All right. So our statement of infinitude, and it describes who we are. Here at Infinity Fellowship, we don't like to tell you what to call or how to define the God of your own personal acceptance and understanding. That is an intensely personal and beautiful relationship here at Infinity. We affirm your unique connection. Whatever you call that source energy, and sometimes you'll hear us say God interchangeably with the universe, divine source, what you see around you is the proof that it was showing off when you were created after the same image and likeness. And so now it's time to speak aloud our core agreements that bring us together at infinity. We call that infinitude. Infinitude is defined, guess what, in the dictionary as the state or quality of being infinite or having no limit. We have a unique mix of faith backgrounds at Infinity, but this is the key. What centers us is the spirituality we all share in common. For us, infinitude is defined as infinity with an attitude, and that attitude is gratitude. And the snap you just heard is a spiritual practice that gives us life and meaning. Snap is on your screen, and we recommend you take some time to meditate on both it and our statement of infinitude by visiting our website at myif.org. All right, so the S in SNAP is for spirituality that transcends religion and connects you to the God of your own understanding. The N is for nurturing of ourselves and others, mind, body, and spirit. The A is for action because we take action on our callings and walk in our divine purpose every day. And finally, the P is for the proof that our spiritual practices manifest fruit in our lives through the building and maintaining of healthy and prosperous families, relationships, careers, and dreams. We are so grateful that you all are here as unique manifestations of our Creator, the loving, living spirit of our commonality, the divine source of all creation, perceived by many names, yet known by only one energy. So I invite you to stand with me from home or wherever you are and join us in this affirmation of our statement of infinitude. We agree that we are beings of pure, eternal spirit, birthed from the creative potential of the universe, with all the powers of the Creator inherent within us. We embrace the innate goodness of humankind and an abundant creation that provides for us through the seeds that we plant in our everyday lives. We acknowledge that who we are is housed in a temporary biological organism, and as such, it is our responsibility to take care of it because it will only last for a precious window of time. As we nurture ourselves spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, we commit to provide like acts of nurturing for our fellow brothers and sisters of the world we live in, embracing all regardless of religious faith, skin color, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic background. All are truly welcome at infinity. We agree and accept that various religions exist as a unique opportunity for humanity to get to know one another through meaningful conversations that seek to explore the core concepts we share in common. It is the application of ancient wisdom, scientific discovery, and spiritual practices, both physical and metaphysical, that will lead us closer together as a human family. We commit to exist now and ever as a beloved community. Let it be so according to the many ancient terms of affirmation. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe.
Shay. And so it is. And so it is. All right, we're going to be singing Good Morning to You in a moment. We got some really good moments today as our tech crew pulls itself into alignment today with the service. They're doing a couple of good things. Our young folks doing some interesting things back there. But it's all beautiful because giving us sneak peeks of what's coming. But listen, this is when we say good morning to you. So listen, in this good morning challenge, here's what we do. And when we say good morning, we're going to very simply, as Smooch finds me, there we go. We're giving chances to stay awake and aware. Listen, in our morning challenge, we do this really simply. We say good morning to you and we sing it, but we also in the chat, we say good morning. So say hello to someone. And here's what you'll say. There's a slide that we're going to put up for you so that you can know exactly what to say and what to do. It's right there on the screen. You're going to say, my name is, and I am grateful for. My name is, put it in the chat and say, I am grateful for. I see that people are already saying hello there in the chat. We see you, Latamara. We see you, Tyrell. We see you, Martin. We see a lot of people. Listen, say hello to each other in the Infinite live stream as we sing this wonderful song, Good Morning to You. And we want you to sing it along with us. Bring it in and bring it up and let's get it going. Yes, we say good morning to you. Yes.
Good morning.
Yeah.
To you. Good morning to you.
Type it in.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. And we say, da 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 da, ba da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da.
Hey, hey, good morning
to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. And make sure that you're typing in those things that you're grateful for. It's another Sunday, so I'm grateful that we're here together. Like always, hey. Da, 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 da. Good morning to you. Hey. Good morning to you.
Hey,
Good morning to you.
good morning to you.
Good
Good morning.
to you.
Hey,
Good morning to you.
hey, good morning to you.
To you.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
She's the lady in gray. Everybody's talking about the lady in gray. Yeah, yeah. The lady in gray. She's talking about the lady in gray. Looking awesome over there with the gray and white. Starting to look like the top of my head and my bottom of my chin these days, right? I don't know if I'm color coded. I'm coordinated. We're coordinated. We're coordinated. We're coordinated. I'm proud of my gray. Thank you. I'm very proud. We're both proud of our gray. We're very of our gray. Are you gray today? Listen, I want to say good morning to a few of you. Good morning there, Sister Lauren. My name is Lauren. I'm grateful for breakfast food. We're grateful for it too. We need some too. We're going to be grateful for what we shall receive in breakfast food coming. Sister Dr. Tiffany Smith, good morning. My name is Tiffany. I'm grateful to be off work today. Come on through. All right, Sister Courtney Williams, Dr. Courtney Williams. We got a lot of great folks in the stream today. Good morning. I'm Courtney. I'm grateful for rest. Oh, I love it. Christina Trotter says, I'm grateful for all that God has done for me. Oh, Sister Destiny Muhammad is grateful, unapologetically grateful. Young Sister Talia said, my name is Talia, and I am grateful for my family. Oh, my goodness. So we've got you scrolling in on that Infinite Life stream. I see you, y'all, wherever y'all are coming in from. We appreciate you. I am grateful for a great cup of coffee and a great mug and all that it reminds me of. So this gratitude moment goes to everybody. If you find that you're grateful for something, by all means, put it in the Infinite Life stream. Say hello, talk to us, let us know what's going on. And we're going to make sure that we keep this energy going. Matter of fact, this is when we welcome you to the Infinity Fellowship. So I want to say officially, on behalf of Infinity, welcome. My name is Jeff Obafemi Carr, and of course, in this space, I go by Rev Jeff, and I get to welcome you to the core of consciousness and the apex of authenticity. This is when we say hello to our first-time visitors, and our first-time visitors, we do something special for you. There's a QR code that you can either click on the chat, or you see on your screen there. You can scan that. When it comes back to me, we'll also have one that'll appear on your screen as well, because we're fancy smanchy like that. But we'd like to welcome you to the Infinity Fellowship. We'd love to send you a note to just say that we appreciate you stopping by. And for those of you who are interested in joining Infinity, and we are growing in a very powerful way, y'all. We are growing. People are just... we're so blessed to see the energy come into the space of Infinity Fellowship the way it has just in the beginning of this year alone. But you don't have to join if you don't want to. There's a box at the end. Of course, take your time. Make sure that you vet your love energy. If this is a space of alignment for you, one way or another, make sure that you check this QR code that's on your screen right now. Send in that visitor's form so that we can send you some hospitality. And when you come in person and visit us, we'll give you an actual gift that you can take with you that will also help you in your spiritual practice, but will simply acknowledge the truth, and that is that we see you today. So if you want to say hello in the chat, by all means, just say, hey, I'm a first timer. This is my first time here. And when you say that, people in the chat will shower you with love and abundance. And even if you're a first timer, don't be afraid to share some love, power, and abundance and light. That's what Infinity Fellowship is all about. When you show up today, we want you to know that we see the who, what, where, when, and why of you. And the first and most important thing we understand is that you are not a human being who showed up today to have a spiritual experience. It's the other way around. You are a spirit who's navigating this human experience just like the rest of us. And so when we are in this space, we turn to each other and hold our hands up. Since we're virtual, I'm going to ask that if you have family members near you, that you go ahead and grab them. If they're getting some of that good food that you cooked for breakfast or having that coffee or tea in their favorite mug, whatever it may be, just pause them. Tell them, hey, come here. I got something to say to you, and I'm going to repeat this after Rev Jeff. If you're by yourself, you hold your hands up to the screen and know that you're receiving this from me, and you're receiving this from people all over the world. This is how we do it at Infinity. Take a deep breath and exhale, let it all out. And so that your consciousness can receive this, we want you to be clear. and repeat after me. I see you, but you don't hear me though. I really see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You are a spirit. You're more than what's on the outside. You are a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You're right here in front of me. Well, I can let you know, if nobody else will today, that you are not alone. I'm with you. We're with you around the world. And you are at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, baby. You're so much more than your yesterday. I see why you are. You're here to learn, to grow, to embrace your dreams, and to celebrate your divine destiny. I know all this because I'm here to do the same thing. So we're going to help each other out. All right? I know the real you. And I see you shining today. I feel you shining today. I know you're shining today. So welcome to infinity. Welcome home. Asheo. Let yourself get a little dance on right there. Some of y'all gonna be dancing today, depending on who scores a touchdown or who doesn't. You're gonna be going out. You're gonna be breaking vases in the house, tearing pictures off the wall, ripping up shirts, going crazy, stomping on the floor, going nasty, whatever it is. You're gonna be going in when your team scores, and when it gets down to the final wire and everything else happens, you're just gonna lose your mind. So I'm just gonna encourage you right now to just go ahead, lose your mind. Hey, go ahead. That's a half. Is the freeze? Is that the freeze? That Lady Kanita has named the dance the freeze. It's like cold. You just, hey, freeze. It's like a dangerous game of red light, green light. Kanita said, next time we go out, I gotta hit the freeze. Hit the freeze. Hey, hit the freeze. Hit the freeze. Get down low and hit the freeze. Hey, get down low and hit the freeze. Hey, get down low and hit the freeze. If you hit the freeze low, it's like this, isn't it? If you get it high, it's like this. And then in the middle, it's like this. Y'all better hold that freeze now. Trademark 2025, year of divine development. Put it down. Lady Kanita said, that is wonderful, but for some reason, the bounce off the wall, it sounded like she said that's horrible. But we know that. See, hey, am I lying though? Today's Super Bowl Sunday. This is Super Bowl Sunday. Y'all are going, you might as well dance in celebration of welcoming visitors. You might as well, at least I didn't do, you don't want me to do next? I know what Smooch wants me to do. She's put the camera on me. She's put it on over here so y'all can see. Is Smooch awake back there? Yeah, she is. This is what Smooch wants me to do, y'all. Smooch, what you want me to do? Huh? You want me to do this? No, I ain't gonna do TikTok, y'all. Y'all know about that. I'll lose some aura with Smooch. All right, we're gonna bring that down. Thank you, Kai. Kai trying to gas me up by being a DJ back there. I'm gonna see how long Baba gonna do the freeze. That's all right. I'm glad to delight you to know that around the globe, people are laughing with me and not at me. So I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. All right. We got it. Sister Lisa was going to come up here and demonstrate. rhythm, rhythmic choreography we're going to pull from the last show. We're going to do some of that to a modern beat. We'll pull it from the Christmas show and do a little dance together. I love it. You know, Infinity is fun, y'all. We are we are completely authentic and in the moment. And if those of you who are new are saying, "Man, what kind of wonderful place is this?" I cannot help but to be a part of laughter and all of that. Go back and get the visitors form or get it at the end of the service. This is where we are, and I am pleased to announce to a thunderous ovation around the world that it is time for giving at Infinity. Yes. You hear it every first Sunday when we're in person, that when I say that, everybody in the house just ignites in celebration. Oh, how wonderful it is to be a part of a community of givers. When you wonder how fast this interfaith and interspiritual community grows and how we are now able to touch people all over the world, wherever you might be, in the programming that we have done in the world, the tiny homes that we've built, being the first village of tiny homes built in the city of Nashville, from feeding people in the hungry places. All of this stuff is made possible because we are a community of givers, and we recognize that the universe responds to the frequency that we put out. So if you're a person that has been in a place where you're saying, you know what, in the future, one day when I hit it big, I'm going to give so much to Infinity because it's given to me. It's going to delay a little bit of that hitting it big because it doesn't operate like that. The universe already hit it big when you were created. Think about that. You already hit it big when you made the agreement to come to this earth to change it in a way that nobody but you can. So you've been given the gift already. So as you've been given the gift now, we want to pour back in to the place where we receive our spiritual food. And by partnering and being a part of Infinity Fellowship, by tuning your frequency to that of a giver, you're saying to the universe, multiply that. So I want you to experience, if you're new to the giving and the understanding of either tithing, 10% of what comes in to the place where you receive your spiritual food, and also giving, that is giving what your heart speaks to you to give today and what you're moved to give today, to open that flow. Wherever you are in your giving, we speak that you are continuing to grow and to develop a giving heart, so that the frequency of the universe can be matched to you and you will be given more abundantly, abundantly, abundantly. So yes, it is an exciting time. So as it is an exciting time, we want you to prepare how you're going to give today. We have wonderful technology available to you. If you're writing a check, of course, you can send it, or a money order, to Infinity Fellowship. Many of you do that. 641 West Nocturne Drive, 37207. You can also give via Cash App electronically, $ Infinity Fellowship. You can also give via PayPal, paypal.me/Infinity Fellowship. We'll put all of those giving platforms up on a slide for you so that as we organize, as we put our energy into this collecting given moment, that we can do so on a high frequency. This is what tunes your gift, which is simply energy, with how you move through the world. So I invite you, if you're able to stand, go ahead and stand at this time. Grab your device, and I want you to look at the screen because we have a scientifically tested, physical arm tested offertory affirmation that we say that will tune your creativity and tune your energy and tune your money to amplification. Take a deep breath here. Exhale and release. Pause and think about gratitude for where you've been brought from and what you've been brought to. And let us now consciously say together around the world this beautiful giving affirmation. O limitless, abundant Creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference. And so I freely return these gifts to you with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely, with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken. And so it is. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. I got it. I got it good. Come on, y'all. Let's sing. Lady Kanita's going to be with us. We can sing and type. Come on. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good.
Hey, yeah, everything is good. Everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, yeah, everything is good. Everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Come on and tell yourself everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, everything. Yes, it is. I said everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, sing with me now. Everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it, oh, I've got it good. Oh, I've got it good. I've got it, hey, I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Oh, yes, you got it good. I've got it, hey, I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Got it good.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So as we continue in that practice, y'all, we invite you and we appreciate you for being a part of such a powerful moment, not just for Infinity Fellowship, but for your own tuning of vibration toward the good. That's what giving is. If those of you who are joining us via replay would like to participate, it's in real time as well. We give thanks. Listen, we're getting ready for our morning download. Before we do that, though, we also have standing ovations that will be coming up in a minute. So if you have a standing ovation, I want to give you an early warning right now. You got about 3 minutes to put it in. So we're going to put up a form for standing ovations and put a link in the chat. Standing ovation is something that you have experienced as a victory, hence standing ovation, as an accomplishment, hence standing ovation, as a result of your spiritual practice. So if you've seen something good manifest in your world, if you've seen something awesome happen to you and for you, for yourself, for your family, for your workplace, whatever it may be, we want you to share that so we can spend a second to give you a standing ovation. All right, so we want to be able to do that, and we want to do that efficiently. So there is a form. There is a form right now. If you have a QR scanner, you can click on that. Hold that phone up to me right now at the bottom of the screen. Go ahead and go to that form. It's going to take a couple of minutes to populate, so by all means, get it in quickly. Last Sunday, we had standing ovations. I can't remember how many standing ovations we had. We had well into double figures of people who had seen fruit. And for those of you who watched that replay of last month's kickoff to this month's service, you saw that good things are happening. We always want to be in the practice of celebrating good when it happens to someone. When you're able to celebrate that something good happened to somebody else and to do so joyfully, that vibrational frequency now is drawn to you. You cheer for others and others can cheer for you. And that's how the rising tide lifts all the boats. All right. So that's your couple of 2-minute warnings before we get to our standing ovations, which comes at the end of a few brief announcements. So we want to welcome you to 2025. This is Black History Month. It is also the second month in the year of divine development, as you see on your screen, divine development. We are powered by love and guided by vision. As we know, development is a process of doing or being a specified state of growth or advancement, a new and refined product or idea, or an event constituting a new stage in a changing situation. I am powered by love and guided by vision. Say that at home. I am guided by love and I am powered by love. Look at that. We're all together. Yes, I am powered by love and guided by vision. Thank y'all. Lady Kanitha always keeps me on task here at my staff. This month, we have a very powerful series that we are exploring called Through the Looking Glass: Mirrors, Magnification, and Manifestation. We'll be talking about everything in this subtitle this entire month, the experience of going through the looking glass. So for those of you who have been taking notes in your journals and getting ready to explore the possibilities for 2025, and this is the second month there, we are here to do that this month. This is also a reminder that our Sunday services continue in the format that they have been in over this last several months. First Sundays, we are in person. We are off the chain. It's so good, nobody wants to go home, and that's all beautiful because we got a great lobby and a great property where you can wander on walking trails and everything. We invite you to join us every first Sunday. Second Sunday, like today, third Sunday, which is If Teaches, Q&A, and fourth Sunday, which is Yoga Sunday, are all found right here on our Infinite Life Stream. So you're exactly where you need to be. We invite you to mark your calendars for next week because we are having a full membership meeting. We still will do Infinite Life Stream for Sunday service, but for those of you who are joining us, our membership meeting is at 1:00 p.m. right here, 641 West Nocturne Drive, from 1 to 3. We will talk through our 2025 vision, for where we're going this year and where we're heading for the next 5 years. That plan is going to be revealed there. Of course, we'll do our year-to-date financials, as always, being an organization that values transparency. We will also have signups for various committees that we have that are going to be out there changing the world as only we know we can and love to do. So mark your calendar. Enjoy Infinite Live Stream service, virtual service, and then head on over here for our membership meeting, and we're going to have a good time. Here's a question that I always remind you. Have you experienced love and light yet? Some of you have. Our new members now, our new members class that recently came through, some of you have found your way there. We invite you to check it out in the Band app. This is hosted by Terrell and Tashana Lindsley, who do an awesome job with our midweek group conversation and a live chat around the themes of infinity and the spiritual tools that we gain. Give it a visit if you hadn't been in a while. Guarantee you'll feel that infinity love vibration while sharing those best practices with other Infinity members. Before we get to our standing ovations, I'm going to invite Lady Kanitha to come up for a second, because she's going to take us through our standing ovations, and it's going to be great because we're looking forward to it. So we're getting ready for it. Before you come up, why don't you come on up here, because I've got something that I want to congratulate you for. While you're up here, I want to be able to say,
Oh,
do you know what tomorrow is? It's our anniversary.
Anniversary.
Hey, hey, hey. So we want to know what tomorrow is.
It's our anniversary. Our anniversary.
Hey. Okay, so you're gonna do the freeze dance in our anniversary for our anniversary.
No, I'll save that.
You don't want to do the freeze dance?
Woo! 16 years tomorrow, y'all.
Okay, good. Well, we get to celebrate it, and I'm very grateful. I just wanted to send that shout out to everybody so that y'all know we appreciate it. Literally for I can say for my family, I can say to this community, thank you for the support that everybody here has provided. Everybody in the room, everybody at home that you've provided. We always want to make sure that we intentionally build a community that supports
Yes.
families, individuals and families, however you call family, and we want to make sure that we say, and I say thank you to
Yes.
you all for all that you've done to
Yes.
keep me sane, to keep us sane, to support
Yes.
us in
Oh,
all different times.
wow.
We're just grateful.
Yes. I mean, 16 years, that's a big
Sweet
thing. But we
16, it's a
are
big
just
thing.
thankful for Sweet 16. We're thankful for this community and we're just thankful for the love and support. You know, it's definitely needed, especially when you are wanting to do this thing together. It's great to have community. Everybody, we know it's great to have community during this time. So,
Yeah, and
yes.
it's most important when you say community. Also, I find it that when you can tell people, "Oh yeah, we're together," or "We've been together," "We're in a relationship," and people go, "Yay!" instead
Uh-huh.
of "Who you think they are?" Everybody ain't got it like that, right? It's like, wow, grateful that we're not in a space like
Yes.
that. That when people, however they are living in life, we say that's it. You're strong, solo, doing your thing. Yes, you're awesome. You partnered up. Yes, you're awesome. You got married. Yes, you're awesome. Yes, you had kids. Yes, you're awesome. Yes, you adopted kids. Met somebody the other day. They were excited. They'd had struggles for a long time. They announced in this business meeting that were able to they were able to adopt. And they met these two honor
Oh,
students who were young, who were just having a hard time, and they had the baby, and they asked them to take the child. They said, "This has been a gift of our life." So
oh,
celebration of all
yes,
those good things are beautiful. So thank you all for your good wishes, and,
yes.
and thank you for saying hey in the chat. We can see it scrolling. I
Oh,
don't know exactly what it's saying, but thank y'all.
yay!
Y'all are awesome. We love y'all too.
Woo!
That said, it is time for standing
Standing
ovation.
ovation.
Your vibration to a high elevation. It's time for the good news. Our standing ovation.
Yes.
Woo!
All right. Yes.
Oh,
Our
yes,
standing ovation.
the
We're so excited
explanation.
that she's so excited about our anniversary that she just
Okay. Sorry, yeah. Our high energy here at IF comes from our practice of snap. It's why we snap our fingers during this part of the service. We receive practical lessons and tools for our individual journeys at spirituality. We fellowship with like-minded spirits every week. That's nurturing. We take what we learn and apply it in our lives. That's action. And if we do these, then every week we see examples of progress in our lives, and that is the proof. So
yes.
let us pause to enjoy a collective moment of manifestation and expansion. So, when your name is called, and you can do this from home, listen.
Yes.
Please stand as I read aloud your manifestation. When I finish each person's ovation, we will all snap our fingers to celebrate and affirm them. And then this is the key. At the very end, we're going to do a collective standing ovation.
It's going to be
Woo!
beautiful. Okay,
Standing
standing
ovations.
ovations. All right.
Ovation.
First standing ovation comes from Sister Latamara McIntosh. Good to have you on. Good to have you shining.
Oh,
All right,
thank
Sister
you.
Latamara says, I got over my fears and applied for operations control manager for PSA Airlines. Come on.
What? Woo! Woo, woo,
We're
woo,
speaking
woo,
that it
woo,
manifests.
woo, woo, woo.
That application meets the opportunity,
Yes.
and that you emerge from there
Woo!
victorious and shining. Most importantly,
Yay!
you move
You
beyond
go
the
into the
space of
fear. Yes.
fear. I
That's
love
so
it.
big.
This
Yes.
next ovation is for Sister Taylor Lindsley.
What?
We love it when our young people are celebrating standing ovations. Can you imagine if you were grown up in an
I
environment where
know.
every Sunday you could celebrate?
Yes.
I mean, wow, man. That's y'all are superstars. Taylor Lindsay says, I was selected to be a part of an honors choir ensemble in my city out of kids in all elementary school choirs. We have our performance in March.
Oh,
Taylor's one of our alums, right?
yes.
From our Performing Arts
Performing Arts
Academy, our
Academy.
Youth Performing Arts
Go,
Academy,
Taylor.
coming soon to a city near you.
Huh?
Yes.
Oh, that was
good.
what you
Smooch says that
did.
she did the same thing, Taylor. So she's like affirming to you.
Oh.
Yeah, at the Skirmerhorn, I
Yes,
think it
was
was.
that the honor?
Something like that. I
Okay.
love it. We're doing it, y'all.
Go, Taylor.
Go ahead. And in other singer songstress creative news, we have a standing ovation from Sister Carmen Ridley.
Oh,
Good to see you on, Sister Carmen, as always. I got to travel to Savannah and celebrate with Kayla, her sister,
yes.
for her 20th birthday. We
Okay.
love you, Kayla. I love you, Kayla. How about that? So that means that we
Kayla,
also are
20.
celebrating a 20-year-old
Is she
birthday.
20? Oh my goodness. Okay. Yes, we have to celebrate.
Kayla was a little bitty. She
20?
was a little person, little baby with a face.
Okay.
Now everybody, you hear all the tech crew, they're like,
Jeez,
"Oh
we're
my
like,
God, how
what
did Kayla get?"
happened? Okay, here we
Kayla, you
go.
20. Kayla Karma, this is it. We're singing 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Kayla, baby.
Kayla.
We love you.
Aw.
Happy birthday, Mama Alicia, because we
Yes,
know
doing
that
her
you did
doggone
that work
thing.
20 years ago. 20
Them
years
girls
ago,
are
y'all put it
wonderful, honey.
down.
They
We're in
just
there.
wonderful.
All right. Now we got
Oh.
good news. Standing ovation coming from Brother Terrence Brown.
Terrence.
Terrence Brown is proud to report we finally closed on our home and in the final stages of completing all tasks so that we can prepare to move in. That's a ground up construction
If I
build,
could
y'all.
do a flip, I
Oh.
would for y'all.
You can. I'll help
Oh my
you.
goodness.
I'll help you. If you
No.
start over there, I'll catch you right at the lower
Well, you
back
can't-
and
okay.
bring your own over.
Oh, I know they're like, woo.
Anybody want to take that action or the, y'all betting
Yeah.
on the betting sites on Super Bowl? I was thinking Rev Jeff can support Lady Kanitha in
Yeah,
that back
no.
handspring.
Oh my goodness. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Terrence. We know, brother. You and Thea
Yes.
sending y'all love for that, man. In this
Man.
day and environment, building a home from ground
Oh
up.
man.
And all the elements that you dealt with, we know and we see it. And we know that that's a result. What you're seeing is a result of the fruit that you've been pouring into the universe is coming back to y'all in great ways. We can't wait to observe and to feel and to know it's there. Y'all, that's awesome. Okay, Lady Key, what do we do?
All right, so if you shared, you get to have plenty of seats. Wow. The rest of us are about to stand to our feet and give a standing ovation, okay? So here we go. And so it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Ashe.
Ashe, ashe, ashe. See, finally they figured it out, right? They figured it out. I think our Smooch, you figured it out. There is a time for everything. So standing ovations is a time you can absolutely go ham. Just go ham. Because we're at least celebrating what is happening with everybody in a powerful way, and that's what we're doing. Y'all, are y'all ready for the energy today? Are y'all ready for the message today? Are you ready to be nurtured today? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because if you're not ready, I want you to lose that voice inside you that is telling you that you are not ready. I want you to instead embrace the energy that is saying to you, I am ready for it all right now. That I am ready for the energy right now. And see, when something says you may not be ready, it may be a distraction. It may be something that is feeding your ego. Well, I'm not in my right position. I don't have my right journal today. I may not, I like the music, but I don't know if I'm ready to hear what is coming out. Well, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Take a deep breath here. And exhale. Take an inhale And exhale. From this space of clarity, I'm going to invite you to tune your attention to the screen here as we go for today's meditation that will start us off today for these few points. It comes from us from the Tibetan monk and scholar Chogyam Trungpa, who speaks to us concerning our ego. As it relates to the ego, one of the quotes that comes from a teaching says, quote, "The problem is that ego can convert anything to its own use, even spirituality. Ego is constantly attempting to acquire and apply the teachings of spirituality for its own benefit." We'll read that one more time, because the problem is that ego can convert anything to its own use, even spirituality. Ego is constantly attempting to acquire and apply the teachings of spirituality for its own benefit. Deep breath on that. When we say, what is our own benefit? We talk about that. We say, well, what does that mean, Rev? Well, it means that sometimes when we talk about issues of spirituality, we don't embrace the stillness. And Smoochie, I need you to embrace the stillness right there, because you're right in my line of sight, baby. So I love you. I love that you got that energy, and I love it's feeding me, and I love it. It's feeding everybody here. I want us to feed it in that stillness for this one moment so we can get this energy out here. Love it, love you. Energy in terms of spirituality. How does spirituality relate to the ego, and what does it mean? Well, it's real simple. Sometimes we practice spirituality so that we can experience growth. And we can say, I want to grow spiritually, so I'm going to take a class in spirituality. I want to grow spiritually, so I'm going to get a certification. I'm going to get an ordination. I am going to get some kind of affirmation of how spiritual I am. And then once I get all of these, I'm going to wear them on my robe. I'm going to wear them on my coat like a general does the battlefield medals. I'm going to wear it on my resume. I'm going to tell people how spiritual I am. I'm going to give every degree that I have in every environment that I'm in. I'm going to require that you call me by my titles. I'm going to require that you sit on the floor at a certain angle when I teach, simply because my ego has been fed with this affirmation called spirituality. Some of us read books not because we want to grow, but because we want to outwardly demonstrate how smart we are. Some of us have spiritual experiences so that we can tell people that we hung upside down from the trees with the Shaolin monks by our toenails, and we develop strength and power and prescience from that. But as we live and as we walk through the world is absolutely a mess. So in this way, spirituality feeds the ego. Some of us say, well, I go to Infinity Fellowship, and that's the end of it. I must be good because I go to Infinity Fellowship. That is ego, but not when I say I see things manifest in my life as a result of what I've learned and put into practice, yes, at Infinity Fellowship, that has unlocked something deep inside me that has allowed me to let go of my ego, recognize that it all ain't about me. I used to be a little breakfast commercial. And the breakfast commercial showed people eating Eggo waffles. And when the last Eggo waffle came up, there was a fight over the Eggo waffle. And the fight was put in one word. It was like, let go my ego. Right? Well, some of us need to let go my ego. Turn to somebody and say, let go my ego. You got to let go of the ego so that you can understand what we're working on right now. Because we're talking about moving through a looking glass this year. We're talking about moving through a space of magnification. And in this case, when you let go of the ego, you magnify the source. Because some of us think we're the source. We're not the source. The source is bigger than all of us. The source is infinite. The source is infinitely powerful. The source is omnipresent. The source is omniscient. The source is omnipotent. It can see all, it can do all, it can know all. And when we allow ourselves to be a little bit smaller in the ego space, we open ourselves up to see that the challenges that we're facing, that the hard times that we are having, are made more minimal. That doesn't mean that they're tossed out. It doesn't mean that we don't account for trauma. It doesn't mean that we don't acknowledge when we're in low spaces, but they become smaller when we see that they are a small part of the larger creation, and that the larger creation, that the divine source that you call on, that you lean on, that you embrace, is always working for your good. Somebody in the title, somebody in the chat, somebody in the place say, we got to magnify the source. Say it again. We got to magnify the source. One more time, magnify the source. Well, how do you magnify the source? I'm so glad you asked me, how do you magnify the source? Because I got 3 ways that you can use to magnify the source. One way that you can magnify the source as we move through the looking glass is with some binoculars. Y'all notice that I got my binoculars today. When we got our binoculars, I can look through and I can see right into the eyes of the tech crew. And oh, what big eyes you got. And oh, what big ears you got. And oh, what big hair you got. And oh, I can magnify and see you too. Oh my goodness. I see you, Infinite Life streamers. I see you down there in Georgia. I see you down there in Texas. I can see throughout the horizon because I'm being able to now see in the distance. See, the beauty of a magnifying glass, oh my goodness, is that it allows you to see in great distance. So the first thing that you got is a pair of binoculars spiritually. And when we talk about spiritual binoculars, it takes us to the first point that I want you to write down, because you're going to write some of these things down first and foremost, and then we're going to unpack them. Just as the binocular view, that's what I look through when I see this, provides balance for seeing long distances, viewing your purpose requires a balanced view to maintain your perspective. And that balanced view is both physical and spiritual. Just as the binocular view provides balance for seeing long distances, viewing your purpose. Some of y'all want to see your purpose, and you can't see it right now because it seems to be so far away. But that's because you're not magnifying, you're not taking a binocular view, but it requires a balanced view to maintain perspective. See, let me tell you how these binoculars work in real time, because sometimes we take for granted the power of invention, the power of a looking glass. Last week we talked about the looking glass as a mirror. That is the mirror image. This week we're talking about magnification. So a looking glass, whether it is a singular looking glass, which is called a telescope, or if it's binoculars that have a dual way of seeing things, it amplifies the things that are in the distance. Some of y'all right now are feeling that the reason why you're on the earth is so far away that you can't see it. So your ego is telling you, woe is me. Your ego is telling you how bad things are in the present. But it's only because you have not taken the time to pull out your spiritual binoculars and see what's in the distance to focus on. Now, the reason why this is important is because this wonderful little device is powerful. It's not just 2 or 3 pieces of glass, Lady Kanitha. This operates scientifically with a process. You see, when it enters in through this glass covering at the bottom, light enters in through what's called an objective lens. Somebody in the chat say objective lens. See, it enters in through the objective lens. That's the large lenses here at the bottom. When it comes through the objective lens, something happens. It flips things upside down. So you didn't know that the objective lens will flip things upside down. And when it flips it upside down, the next phase that it goes through with these binoculars is it hits a prism. And the prism bends the light and brings it right side up. So you see, there is something objective about what comes in, and it seems upside down. But then once it passes through the prism, it puts it right side up and sends it through the eyepiece that you focus to magnify the image. See, when we talk about what's objective, you see, that prism is subjective. It's what we think about. It's what we interpret. The prism inside this interprets things. And when it interprets things, it puts things right side up. But when we're talking about circumstances in the world, circumstances are objective. They happen to everybody. And when they happen to us, we find ourselves feeling like we're upside down. But when you are looking through your spiritual lens and you are seeing your purpose in the distance and you are focusing with the binocular view of the physical and the metaphysical, of the tangible and the spiritual, and you are keeping yourself balanced, then everything that comes into your purview that seems upside down must then hit your inner prism. In this case, your inner prism is your mind. Your inner prism is your pineal gland. Your inner prism is your third eye. It is the eye that is connected to spirit. That is when you focus and you say every circumstance that seems to be negative, that is coming to me, that is threatening to turn me psychologically upside down, is now course corrected because my prism tells me that everything is good. My prism is telling me that it's not about my ego. My third eye, my inner prism, is taking that which I objectively see through my objective eyes on this binocular, because how many of you know you are built with a binocular view yourself, that the process is taken from what your retinas are doing, projecting an image upside down and then course correcting from inside the body. So just like I'm seeing the people go crazy on me, just like I'm seeing people have a bad attitude, just like I'm seeing that people don't understand who I am, just like I see that chaos seems to be going and nothing is going right, I have the opportunity to bring that within and then allow my inner prism, allow my third eye, allow my connection to my ancestors, allow my connection to my lifelong perspective, allow my connection to the realization and recognition of my gifts beyond my ego to turn that thing around. And when you do that, everything comes into view to give you a correct image of who you are. See, the correct image isn't what comes through the objective lens. The correct image is what is turned upside down and right side up by the prism inside. It's what happens when you tap the focus ring. Turn to somebody and say, tap your focus ring.
Tap your focus ring.
Wipe your glasses off.
Wipe your glasses.
You see, when we say, I see you, that is because we are putting things into perspective with a binocular view. Walk through the world and do not give the things of the world the power to knock you off your center. That's one of the ways that you magnify. The second way you magnify is with a little tool like this, magnifying glass. Some of you have a magnifying glass. Let me see what this is. Some of y'all have a magnifying glass at home, and this magnifying glass will show you everything that you need, right? You just put it on there and you amplify everything. People made popular in the literature fields this concept of Sherlock Holmes. And Sherlock Holmes was always looking through a magnifying glass. And he had the pipe in one side of his mouth and the magnifying glass on the other. And he was telling Holmes how interesting this was. Fascinating. Learning the mystery. Many of us want to use a magnifying glass, and sometimes we want to use it to harm others. You know, you have a magnifying glass, you can do everything. You can hunt and peck and find, and you can find fault with everybody else. You can take your magnifying glass and focus the sunlight, and you can burn a hole in somebody else's clothing. But when it's time to turn the magnifying glass onto ourselves, it becomes difficult because we see our shortcomings. What does this mean, y'all? The second point that I want to bring to you on this screen is, instead of fearing seeing your shortcomings, give thanks as you see them as a vital part of the process of purpose. Somebody in the chat say purpose is a process. Purpose is a process. Purpose is a process. Even when you arrive there, purpose is a process. Now, see, the beautiful thing about a magnifying glass is magnifying glass will teach you something. If you ever thought that you had a close shave, if you ever thought that you had done a good job with your makeup and everything was on fleek and that you were looking good and everything, I'm going to encourage you to experiment as I have, as you walk through the wonderful upscale stores and the Crate and Barrels and all of the wonderful Bath and Body and all of the places. There's something called an amplifying or magnifying mirror. It may be 10x, it may be 30x, it may be, but I want you to go to the slides for just a moment there, Smooch, as I take people on this journey here, because I'm going to give you an example of what happens in this magnifying mirror. You see, on the left side, my, that will preach in this. On the left side, oh, the brother's looking so good. The brother's looking so smooth. And I have been in this position myself when I thought that everything was good and I caught every stray hair and caught every pore that I was cleaning out that morning. And as I got past that little lighted amplified mirror and took a look, and it was 10 times, 30 times in, I said, whoa, woman. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. What shall I do? I thought I had squeezed that part of my nose. I thought I had taken care of that energy. I thought I had caught something. But when there is a close-up view, you begin to see the imperfections. But I'm also here to tell you that as you embrace those imperfections, instead of self-critique, you should give self-congratulations. See, the reality is everybody needs a 10x or a 30x mirror in their own house, because when you check yourself before you leave, then when you think everything is perfect, going back over in a mirror that's close up allows you to catch a place that you did not see before. It allows you to fix something that you thought you had fixed, and it allows you to correct yourself. So instead of falling into the ego space of I'm ugly and there's something wrong, fall into the delightful space that you caught yourself before you left the house. See, sometimes we have to magnify and amplify what our attitude is, because we're getting ready to walk into the world with a negative attitude covering us. And when we pause in meditation, when we pause in prayer, when we pause before we walk out of the door, when we pause before we start that car, when we pause before we even put our clothes on, and center ourselves to remind ourselves that we are a part of magnifying the source, then when we go out of the house, then when we leave, then when we have conversations with each other, when we then build relationships, we are building from a place of magnifying the source first. And when we look at ourselves, we are asking the question, are we magnifying the source in every way we interact with everybody? Stop being afraid of magnifying your own spiritual light. Does that mean there won't be some imperfections? There's always going to be imperfections. But an imperfection is simply an opportunity for you to make a course correction to get back to the vibrational space that you need to be in to truly amplify and magnify and demonstrate that you appreciate the source operating in you. God, I may not be perfect. God, I have these emotions swirling in me. But does the world deserve to have my emotions taken out on them? Or can I reach a space of gratitude to say, I'm going to interact with you in the way, human being, that I want people to interact with me? And that I am going to recognize first and foremost that I am attached to an inner fountain that is infinitely powered by love. And I'm guided by vision. You see, this is magnification. This is how this works. Listen, the third way that I'm going to give you, we go to our slide. Third thing that I'm going to give you that you can amplify, with is a cell phone. When you find yourself in a perceptual pinch, take a moment to break the momentum of negativity by zooming out. I'm giving you time to write this down because we're doing practical tools today. We're doing nurturing today. We're doing love today. When you find yourself in a perceptual pinch, take a moment to break the momentum of negativity by zooming out. So as we are in this space today, I want to show y'all what will happen for you now. Come back to me. We're getting focused. We're staying here right now, y'all. We're almost done. Perceptual pinch. The reason why I say, what is a perceptual pinch, Rev Jeff? I mean, I know I've been in a pinch situation. I know we've done that. But if you know something, the binocular lens, you can focus that out. And we know how it works from objectivity to the prism of focus. We know how a magnifying glass works and how you move it back and forth. There is a way of magnification today that we're talking about. We're magnifying the source that now relates in a different way because of technology. I want you to think about this phone that you have in your hand. I want you to think about that tablet that you have. I want you to think about that big screen. See, Rev Jeff is going to be dangerous when this big screen kicks in, because this big screen will also have a touch screen function. And what happens with the touch screen, it's different in the way you magnify. Somebody say it's different, Rev. You see, when you have this touch screen, you don't hold it away or hold it close. If you see a picture that you like, you pinch it and then you separate it. Pinch and separate. And when you separating, it is the act of separating that actually makes the picture come into view closer. You see, if you ever found yourself in a situation, I don't know who I'm talking about out here, but you may have seen something on social media. You may have been scrolling on Facebook, or we watched a documentary yesterday. People were talking about MySpace. We'd almost forgotten MySpace existed. But if you're talking about a website or you're talking about Facebook, you may have been out there scrolling. And you scrolled across something that looked absolutely good to you. And it may have been some kind of noun that looked good to you. It may have been a person, place, or thing that looked good to you. And some of you, maybe just one of you out of the hundreds that are watching right now and the thousands that may watch in the future, just one of you may have found something that seemed to be attractive, something that made you want to commit, something that made you say, okay, I kind of like that. And what did you do? You pinched and then you separated. Because you want to zoom in on that profile picture. You want to make sure, because that profile pic was looking fine. And you zoomed in and you pinched and you opened up there and you separated and you saw the shoes were fine. You saw that the lower part was fine. You saw everything was looking good and your pinch and separate was moving, and you went up to the top part of whatever that is you liked and you got real close, and something inside you may have said, and your hand just jumped off the phone. Whoa. It may not have been pleasing. I won't be pejorative, because all of our children and the institutions that come from the source are beautiful in their own unique way. It may have just been something that you thought was attracting you, but once you got a little bit closer, it was repelling you and not attracting you. And have you ever almost committed to something or someone, and then you got closer and said, wait a minute, this is not what I was looking for? Well, a pinch, when we talk about this concept, is anytime you find your spiritual practice will be tested. That's when you find yourself in a perceptual pinch. And see, you find yourself attached there. And when you want to find the situation and your way through, I'm going to encourage you to do what you do on your cell phone. I want you to pinch and separate. Well, what does that mean? Well, if any of you pinch and separate, usually you don't do it with your pinky and your thumb. Usually you don't do it with your forefinger and your middle finger, or your ring finger and your middle finger, or your ring finger and your pinky. You usually pinch, my, Lady Kanitha just did it. You pinch with your forefinger and your thumb. Somebody in the chat say forefinger and thumb. And see, I love this because the Spirit is revealing this in real time. Spirit is saying there's something to this because you see, your forefinger is what points in the direction. Your forefinger is what guides. Your thumb is what makes it possible for you to grip things. So see, when you find yourself in a pinch, there is nothing wrong in life in separating, because when you separate, your forefinger can point you to a better direction and your thumb will tell you when it's time to get a grip. So sometimes you just got to pinch and separate. This will magnify the situation. You can't do it all together, because if you don't magnify, if you don't take a closer look at something that you want to do, if you don't take a time to separate yourself from it so that you can see the big picture, then you don't know what direction you're going in that will allow you to get a grip on moving forward in your purpose. Somebody here, as I close today, is going to find themselves in a pinch this week. You're going to find yourself in a place where your spiritual practice will be challenged. Somebody will push you. Some circumstance will push you. Some obstacle will appear. And you will have forgotten that it's not an obstacle. It's an opportunity for you to ask yourself how this aligns with your purpose. And you're going to have to find yourself in this pinch and then separate from the situation enough to discover, what must I change about the way that I'm progressing through this situation? Because that's what it comes down to. It's what must I change? We don't get the opportunity to often change the perceptual pinch. We just find ourselves in it. But we get the opportunity when we separate and we magnify. We ask the question, what's really going on? And just like when we hit that media picture and we hit what we thought we wanted and we zoomed all the way in, as soon as we zoomed in, we saw that it didn't have the right plug. We saw that it didn't have the right capability for what we want. We saw that it cosmetically was no longer attractive to us. Before we did that, we didn't know because we were looking at it without zooming in. But when we reach a point where we look at it, we separate this situation by pinching and separating. We find direction and we find the grip. And the grip is always directing us back toward the only question that matters when we find ourselves in a pinch. What must I change about myself? How did I allow myself to get to this situation? How did I allow myself to be pulled down to a negative vibration when I know that there is nothing good from counting negatives over and over again? How did I allow myself to be put in a situation where I see myself as small as opposed to expanded? You see, the open view is the expansive view, and that's why we magnify the source. That's why we learn to get our egos out of the way. Y'all, as I close, I'll say that sometimes your family is in a pinch. You thought it was perfect from the outside, but oh, when you pinch and zoom, you understand that these are imperfect beings trying to make things work. Sometimes your relationship is in a pinch, and you've got to find a space to separate, to look a little bit closer and say, what must I change to contribute and to participate joyfully? What must I change to be a part of this overarching understanding that I am a part of something larger? Can I move my ego out of the way to open my heart to spiritual growth and development that will keep me on track for my purpose? Because one thing that affirms purpose is how it makes you feel and how it makes others feel when they encounter you. You see, when you find yourself in a pinch, you ain't got to bite on everything. And I'll say this and I'm done. Any bait must be bite worthy. You see, when you're fishing, you can be fishing with the wrong bait. And you can be a great spot, but you're using the wrong bait. You get the right bait, you get the right bite. But here's how it can be on the other side. When we're dealing with people who are close to us, It's easy to deal with people who don't know us when they bait us. But oh, when it's the people who are close to us, when they bait us, that's when it's hard not to bite. Because your friends, they know you. And your good friends, they know you well. Your family members, your spouse, your partner, your siblings, oh, they know you. And because they know you, it can be very, very beautiful. Everything is always peaceful. Everyone is always loving and supportive. But oh, there's a thin line between love and hate, because when things turn the other way, because they know you, they can often hit you with the things that they know will bait you. They know if you feel some kind of way about the parental relationship. They know if you feel some kind of way about the way you look in your clothes. They know if you feel some kind of way about the hairstyle that you've chosen. They know if you feel some kind of way about the education that you decided to take or not to take. They know what you feel about your economic situation. And when they're operating from a lower vibration, they will cast that bait right out to you and hope that you bite. And just like the fish who's drawn in and he realizes that he's hooked and he can't get off, once you take that bite, it never feels good. After it's over, you say, I can't believe I allowed them to bait me into that, to knock me off of my spiritual vibration. Listen, I'm telling you right now, every piece of bait ain't worth the bite. So don't bite on the bait. Align yourself with who you are. You are here for a purpose. You are here to maintain the high vibration. You are here to walk as a being of love. You are here to be a being of power. You are here to magnify your source. You are here so that with people who encounter you, encounter your energy today, when they encounter your energy this week, when they encounter your energy at this Super Bowl party that you're going to, and everybody's at a point of polarization where they're ready to fight, and they look at you and they say, hey, help us with this because you seem like you are just in perfect alignment. That's when you know that you are amplifying and magnifying the source, because the source brings peace, not division. You see, the source brings resolution and not conflict. You see, the source brings a space of understanding that looks at things empathetically and says, well, if they're hurting, they must be hurting for a reason. And let us come together and heal this. That's what magnifying the source does. Magnifying the ego, though, allows you to say, woe is me. Why is it always happening to me? What did I do? Well, you didn't magnify the source. Well, why did I deserve better than this? Of course you do. And the source is ready to let you know that you are operating in better. You are breathing, you are healthy, you are whole, you are finding community. You have people who are pouring into you, who are looking up to you. You can always find the silver lining in that cloud. You can sit in some pain for a long time, or you can decide that you are no longer going to sit and stay in the low places, because we ask the question that is asked from spiritual teachers going back to time immemorial: when you want to sit in low places, how's that working for you? How's it working for you? You don't have to answer. It's not working. Drop the low place. Let it go. Somebody say, let it go. Somebody just say, let it go. Let it go. Because see, when we let go, we let God. When we let go of the ego, when we let go of my ego, we embrace magnifying the source. And when we magnify the source, the things that we see through the looking glass, whether it's the bending of a prism, whether it's the amplification through a magnifying glass, whether it's a pinch and separation, when we find ourselves in those places, wherever it is, we recognize that all these things are working for our good. Magnify the source. Magnify the source. Magnify the source. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Oh, we're letting it go, y'all. I invite you in this moment, just briefly, as we come into the awareness and the conscious awareness of a moment of change and transformation as you have committed in this moment to do. I'm going to invite you to pray with me. And by this prayer, we want you to affirm what we have spoken today in a download. That we have an opportunity to magnify the source, and I want us to magnify the source today. So however you feel like magnifying, if you are in your seat, you can stay seated, you can stand if you feel it. However you need to get into your prayer position, get into the prayer position of stillness that is good for you. Hands on your heart, hands open, however that position is, find it and begin to breathe deeply. Inhale and exhale. We will embrace this moment of closing our eyes, bowing our heads, and just thinking, feeling, and even hearing peace, peace. As we say at infinity, peace, peace, wonderful peace. We can bring that in gently. Kyle, bring that in as we bring that in gently under. Sitting in this space of affirmation, divine source, we speak directly to you in this moment. We give thanks for the opportunity to be here and to be in a place of magnification today. We've been through the looking glass today. We ain't afraid anymore. We know that what we see perceptually is changed by what exists inside our body. And so through our third eyes today, we see us for who we are, beautiful and wonderful emanations and reflections of you. Oh, how grateful we are. Oh, how much we magnify this light energy that exists inside each and every one of us that carries us as we look deeper. And as we have gone through our struggles this week, as we have gone through our trials this week and our tribulations this week, we speak and proclaim that they have given us perspective because we're still here. And just like that sun rose this morning, we rose and we showed up. We are in this present moment. And because of that, we are proclaiming the victory. To those who had to struggle financially to reach this place, for those who are going through emotional turmoil to get to this place, for those who question their gifts to get to this place, for those who have not received affirmation to get to this place, I speak that this is the moment that they are reminded of true perspective, that there is nothing but clarity right now, clarity around the globe, heart to heart, mind to mind, spirit to spirit, that we are exactly where we're supposed to be right now. That the absorption of this message gives us power. And that when we find ourselves in a pinch this week, that it will just be an opportunity for us to find our direction and for us to grip even closer with our purpose. We're here to change this world. We're here to elevate the consciousness of ourselves and people around us. We are here for love and we are here to love. And so we release any need to hold on to past judgments. We release any need to overly criticize what we see in the mirror. We embrace instead the goodness of the present, the goodness of rejuvenation, the goodness of resurrection, and the goodness of well-being. I speak health and abundance over everyone who can hear me under the sound of my voice. And we speak that all that has been said, taught, and shared will remind us to continue to love, to continue to magnify you, your divine presence, and the agreement that we have made to represent in this world. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. Y'all rub your hands together wherever you are. I want y'all to send this love energy around the world. On the count of three, we're just going to fling some love toward every direction and let everyone feel the light. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Whoosh, whoosh. I'm sending you 16 bursts. Ooh, 8 on each hand. I love it, love it, love it. Y'all, as we magnify the source today, I want us to take this energy with us into the world. I want to say a special thanks to everybody who brought us Infinity Fellowship today, to our tech crew, Sister Alicia Hamer, Kai and Kamaria Carr, of course, to our Infinite Life streamers and everybody there who is coming in, who is sharing the energy. Look, I see the chat is going, y'all. The chat is there. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. And something that was shared today is going to manifest fruit in your life. To Lady Kenitha Carr, again, tomorrow, happy anniversary. She's going to help us sing us out. But to everybody who's an Infinite Life streamer at home, we invite you to share this broadcast with somebody, to tag somebody afterwards on YouTube, hit the thumbs up button, Facebook, subscribe, whatever you're doing there, share this so that the world can know that it is time for us to magnify the source. And by doing so, we got great things that are for you right now. The things that you may have thought were for you, they weren't for you. They were just a training ground for you to elevate to the next level of your highest self. That's what's coming for you this week. That's what's coming for you this week. Magnify the source. And so it is. As our hearts and minds are clear, and we are headed into a world that awaits our light, we ask that as you sing this song with us, that you feel the blessed energy of life that is flowing. Energy that is bringing new life and new abundance, new opportunity, new experiences. And as we raise our voices together, we tune our frequency into balance with the universe for the peace, for the love, for the joy that we all accept as present in the right here and the right now. You all, we're going to put the words on the screen so that you can sing along with us. And I invite you to join us with this closing song of Infinity Fellowship. Let's hear you. If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's the day. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. All right, we got it now. Let's sing that. If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's the day. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. And God's reminding me, God's reminding me to look at you and see family. God's reminding me, God's reminding me to look at you and see family. We speak that the love of God, the power of the ancestors, and the cosmos rest, rule, rock, and abide with you, henceforth, now, and forevermore. Let us sing together. Amen, Amen. Hotel Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. Okay. Okay, listen, y'all, as y'all are getting out today, you know we love it. We love to groove with you. So listen, Infinite Life streamers, everybody, here's what you do. What you do is say something awesome to somebody in the chat, preferably somebody you don't know. Perform a random act of speaking good into somebody. Say, hey, may your work toward your purpose be magnified. May you enjoy a blessing this week. May something unexpected fall in your lap. Just love on them, love on them, love on them as our slides take us out. This is Rev Jeff, Obafemi Carr, reminding you that we love you from Infinity Fellowship. That's a fact you cannot change. I'll see you next week. Join us.